Hey, it's Lynn Brown. I'm a speaker, trainer, and coach with the John Maxwell team. The first half of my life, I was a people pleaser. And then in my spare time, I spent trapped by the opinions of other people. But then one day, I took a step, just one step in the direction of my dream, and I bet on myself for the first time. Now I have committed to spending the rest of my life becoming the best version of myself and partnering with people who want to do the same. All over the world, students and teachers are heading back into the classroom. And I couldn't help but think this last couple of weeks about the students who walked in that first day already rehearsing limiting beliefs. Will I have friends? Will I be able to catch on to the new math lesson? Will I find the lunchroom? Be the captain of the football team? I also know that there were probably some adults that were also struggling with some limiting beliefs. Maybe it was the first year teacher, or maybe it was a returning teacher who had to get a different result the following year. It doesn't matter if you are a stay-at-home mom, if you are the CEO of an organization. It doesn't matter if you're single in college. We all would benefit if we raise the level of grit in our lives. It has a direct effect on outcomes. I don't know if you're anything like me, but growing up, I did create a habit of quitting things when they got hard. Piano, for example. I believed that the left hand was harder to play and learn than the right hand. I told myself that every week. I very seldom practiced. And finally, when it got so hard that I couldn't keep up, I quit. That practice became a habit. I never really understood the concept of failure, that it was okay, that it was part of the process. It's a constant companion to success. So when I could not get something the first time, my go-to button was just to quit. Failure is okay, but giving up is not. Now, I'll tell you, in my adult life, I've had several businesses that went sideways. And I mean, when I say sideways, I meant total flop, big time flopped. One of my business fails also took my vehicle with it. The car came with the company, so I was without a car for a while. But something happened during that 6 months, and I didn't even realize at the time what was going on, but I tried again. And I did earn another car. I ended up earning 7 cars in that company. But the point I'm trying to make here is that something happened there. And it doesn't really matter whether it's on the job, at home with kids, if you're pursuing your dream, if you have a health goal, if you're trying to move, the debt, get rid of the debt, increase your bank account, build a home. I don't know what it is. But something happens when we become intentional. And growth is not going to happen by accident. We know that. And growing a gritty mindset is not going to happen by accident. So 5 years ago, when I intentionally began growing my grit, things began to change. Now, I'm not telling you that it's all perfect now. I'm just telling you that things began to change and they are still changing. Y'all, I'll be honest, I had no idea that people that were getting results in their life actually had plans, growth plans. I was clueless. I mean, who knew? But I had to put myself into that growth environment to discover this. It's a whole nother world. So I took the first step. So today I decided that I want to share just this one thing that I've done that has brought results in my life. And when I get to that place where I find myself in struggle and I feel like maybe this is not the way to go because it's gotten hard. I'll be honest, it gets hard. Whether it's working out or doing an Excel spreadsheet or working on a speech for a presentation that I'm doing. Um, Sometimes things just don't happen fast enough for us. We're pretty instant society, I think. I was just warming up something earlier in the microwave, and it wasn't happening fast enough, and I turned off the timer. I mean, really? A microwave. So I want you to do something for me. I want you to grab a piece of paper, and I want you to draw a circle. And no, it doesn't have to be perfect. But in the middle of that circle, I want you to just pretend that you write the words, I'm done. Let's just pretend you're giving up on something. Today's the day you're like, I'm done with that. I'm not doing it anymore. I'm done. So write I'm done in the center of that paper. But the next step is where the gold is. Right outside of that circle that you just drew, draw another circle. And inside that little circle, write down stay in the circle. So just what if? What if you could just stay with that one thing 5 minutes longer? It's just an easy illustration, but what if you're working out and the reps are getting hard? But what if you could just stay with it 5 minutes longer? What if you could listen to someone that needed to share something with you for 5 minutes longer? Whatever the thing is, just stay in the circle. You're taking the next step, and then do it again and do it again and do it again. I love the story of an Olympic swimmer. He said at age 11, he threw in the towel, no pun intended, but he was just ready to quit. So his parents said to him, they had a long discussion. He said, okay, that's fine, but you're not going to be able to quit until you turn age 12. You're going to swim for another year. And at that time, if you have not improved, then you can quit. So they were teaching him so many valuable lessons there, but he faced the hard thing. Just because he wasn't, fast enough or wasn't, didn't have the stroke perfected, he stayed in the game. He stayed in the struggle. And he was growing gritty. If we really, really want to improve and become the best versions of ourselves, we have to be deliberate in how we practice. Practice makes permanence. We have to be willing to become deliberate. If not, we're just going to be a wandering generality rather than a meaningful specific. When I heard that the first time, I was like, I always tried to just try a lot of different things, which that's great to do, but I never really perfected one thing. We can't just abandon the task because it's hard, or we get hurt, we get our feelings hurt, or whatever the thing is. And I believe as parents, we can grow gritty children. I believe as CEOs of companies, that CEOs of companies can grow gritty cultures. And I believe teachers can grow gritty classrooms. I think we would all agree that our world right now, that there's plenty of room for growth. But it's going to take preparation. It's going to take deliberate practice, and it's going to take reflection. What we expect, we need to inspect. So let's do like John Maxwell, one of my mentors, who happens to be the number one leadership guy in the world, and the one of the best speakers ever. He said he just jots daily. That's one of the things that he does every day. He has 5 things that he does every day, but just jotting down things daily is one thing he does. So when we become passionate about becoming better, not only will we become better, but those around us will also become better. We will inspire others to do the same. I think my purpose as a person of faith on this earth is to use my gifts to become the best version of myself so that I can inspire someone else to do the same. I need to shine my light so bright that others will see my Creator in me. And y'all, the world needs us at our best. And remember this, we're not made out of glass. We're not going to break if we push ourselves. And don't start that I'm too young or I'm too old or I'm too this or I'm too that. No, you are not. You are right in the exact place where you need to be right now. And if you're listening to this podcast, it's no accident. So we got to stop quitting on the bad days. That's when we take one more step. It's crazy to think if I decided today to learn calculus that I could. Now, the reason that's so funny is because I grew up believing I was dumb and stupid, even into my adult life. No lie. But I'll let y'all know when that day comes that I want to learn calculus. It's probably going to be the 12th of never, because that's just not my thing. But we got to be willing to compete. We got to be willing to stay in the game. We got to grow our gritty mindsets. Resilience is a must. When we fall down 7 times, we better be gritting up 8. Setbacks can't hold us back. We got to face the challenges. So today I'm going to throw out a challenge to you, and I want you to choose one area to begin growing gritty. I'll give you an example of one area. You do not have to choose this, but the area of gratitude. Just recently, I challenged 3 7-year-old girls to do my gratitude challenge, and they took me up on it, and they are doing it. So maybe you want to join in too. I want you to write down 3 things daily that you are thankful for, that you are grateful for. And I want you to do it for 21 days. And no, you can't skip a day. And if you do skip a day, yes, you have to start over. Resilience. Maybe you could stick to your goals today. Maybe even if you have a hiccup, let's just say in the area of health, that's the easy one for me. You get into the bag of potato chips. You can still go work out this afternoon. You don't have to just write the whole day off, right? Get back in, draw another circle, stay in the circle. If you fail, you can begin again. Maybe you could be an inspiration to someone today. Who could you encourage? Encouragement is oxygen to the soul. And it doesn't take looking very far to find someone who needs encouragement. What about thinking for yourself? Maybe it's time for you to think for yourself. Is there an area in your life that's holding you back because of the opinions of other people? Trust me, I lived there for a long time, but no more. And what about tough? Are you easily discouraged with setbacks? Grow your gritty mindset. And most importantly, you. The why in gritty is for you. Just be you. You were built for this moment, created for such a time as this. Until next week, get growing that gritty mindset. I'll see you soon.